Anti-government protesters and ruling party supporters clashed in northern Serbia after a night of violence that saw masked men hurl missiles and fireworks at campaigners against corruption. Now, clashes erupted for a second day on Wednesday in a major escalation after more than 9 months of persistent demonstrations against President Alexander Vučić. Cordons of riot police squared off against protesters in Belgrade and used tear gas in an effort to disperse the crowds. At one point, demonstrators threw water bottles at the police after they attempted to make an arrest. Simultaneous protests were held across Serbia on Wednesday, mostly outside local headquarters of Vučić's Serbian Progressive Party, including in the northern city of Novi Sad. Local media reported the two groups threw flares and other objects at each other in Novi Sad, prompting riot police to intervene. Interior Minister Ivica Dačić said at least one policeman was injured in Novi Sad and called for the return of law and order. Serbia's president and other government officials, along with pro-government media, they have repeatedly described protesters as terrorists. So protests in Serbia since November have been largely peaceful.
Terrible things were done tonight in Novi Sad. They are still doing them, but when you show will and desire to solve things with peace, endurance, and patience, then you always bring victory in the end.
The protesters are demanding that Vučić call an early parliamentary election, which he has refused to do. Protesting students have also called for the ouster of Interior Minister Dačić over recent violence at demonstrations. Now, Wednesday's protests were organized in response to incidents on Tuesday evening in the northwestern town of Vrbas, where riot police separated protesters from the opposing camps outside the ruling party's offices. The student-led protests in Serbia first started in November after a train station canopy collapsed in Novi Sad, killing 16 people and triggering accusations of corruption in state infrastructure projects. Protests have since drawn hundreds of thousands of people, shaking Vučić's firm grip on power. His supporters have recently started organizing counter demonstrations, fueling fears of violence.